Glover Teixeira believes Alex Pereira can knock out both Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic. In an interview with MMAfighting.com, Glover said Pereira's knockout power is unbelievable. He's doing great on the ground, and he's a natural knockout artist. If he goes up, these guys won't beat him, man. They would have the same chance as the other ones have at light heavyweight. Khalil, Jon Jones, or Stipe Miocic? Okay, I believe Poatan catches them. Maybe going up would definitely be easier. That would be my opinion, but it's just an opinion. We would have to see what the doctors say. If he can move down healthy, but I think he would definitely need to lose muscle. There's no other way. He's gained a lot of muscle training wrestling. He used to make 185 in Glory, but he was doing kickboxing only, and he kept growing with wrestling, and the cut got harder. We have to see what the professionals say. If he wants to go down, we'll go down together, and we'll win anywhere. On the upcoming fight against Khalil Rountree, Glover continued, "It's a fight." Even Crow Cop shot for takedowns. Maybe he's like, "It's f***ing hard here. I'll try to take him down." Everyone at this level trains jiu-jitsu. That might not be his biggest strength, but he trains it, and he definitely might shoot for a takedown. Poatan trains everything always, but his threats are on the feet. He's fast and he's explosive. Dana White says Francis Ngannou was offered more money to stay in the UFC than he made in boxing. Dana says that he knows the real numbers. Dana also says that Conor McGregor will fight in 2025.
Earlier today you did an interview with Kevin and you mentioned that it wasn't necessarily true Francis made more money boxing than he would have if he stayed in the UFC.
Right.
My question to you is, you always said, oh, he didn't want to stick around because he didn't want to fight Jon Jones. Why didn't you mention the fact that he would have made more money to fight Jon then? It would have sort of backed up your point. Why did it take you until now to bring it up?
Because why? I don't give What's the difference?
I just think it's interesting for people to realize.
Because I know all the that you people don't know. And I don't care what everybody says. It doesn't matter to me. But that's a fact. He was offered more money. Because I know the real numbers. I know the real numbers. And let me tell you what. I don't want to call him out, but let me tell you what. He'd have done anything to make that fight. And he tried to. Yeah.
You also mentioned in boxing, you know, there are Saudi trillionaires that are getting a little bit bored of some of the bull that comes along with boxing. Have you sort of looked at boxing? I know you said that you want to get into it. Are you now having second guesses, right? Every time it seems that you start...
I always second guess myself. Every time I start dealing with some of the stuff, I'm like, am I on my mind?
Why do it then? Why try it? Just...
Because why not? This is what I do. You know, it was this was just all about timing, and I just feel like right now is the right time. I mean, we went through this the other day. Kevin was asking me, why now? I don't know. I just feel like right now is the time. I waited and I don't know. I feel it.
For sure. No, one of the announcements in these past couple of weeks was the Michael Chandler return to fight Charles Oliveira. He said that he may not be, or McGregor may not be his next opponent, but he definitely thinks he will be Conor's next opponent. Do you think that's a logical assessment, or do you think it's time to flip the page on that fight?
I have no idea. Like I said to Kevin today, you know, Conor will fight in 2025. So however it plays out as we lead up to him being ready, I have no clue.
Stephen Thompson believes Joaquin Buckley's ego could result in his downfall this weekend at UFC 307. Speaking to MMA Junkie, Wonderboy said, "I would love to get a submission win. I've only had one submission win, and it was before the UFC. I've been really working on my groundwork, and hopefully we can get one either this fight or the next. There are opportunities everywhere, especially if he tries to shoot or tries to take me down. There's things that I can try to do against the fence that I've been working on, off my back that I've been working on, but I don't know. He does have an ego. I feel like he's the type of guy that thinks he can beat you at your own game, so I kind of have to lure him down to the ground. If the knockout happens, it happens. If a submission happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm ready for a 3 5-minute round war." Chael Sonnen is a fan of the potential matchup between Renato Moicano and Justin Gaethje. On his YouTube channel, Chael said Moicano's next fight is Justin Gaethje. Now that is exactly what my response would be. For me, that's glaringly obvious. If you got over on Dustin Poirier, you could then do anything. Fight for titles, main events, there'd be no argument that you couldn't fit nicely into, and Justin Gaethje brings those same accolades. But there's one difference, which is you don't have to be as careful with the bookings of Gaethje, because he's not in a situation where he's saying my next one is my final one. Renato Moicano says he didn't want to hurt Benoit Saint Denis after dominating him in the first round. Renato thinks he should have gotten a bonus for the performance.
That was not easy loss for him. He was dominating on the first round, and on the second round, I take a break. You know, I didn't want to hurt the guy. I know, believe me or not, I didn't want to take any chances too, but I saw the guy was bad. You know, his face was a mess. So that was a huge performance. I should have get the bonus, you know. I should have been on the top 5 right now, but that doesn't matter. I'm just showing this video to tell you that doesn't matter. And soon, I don't know when, but I will be champion.
On to some more news regarding Renato Moicano. On the Show Me the Money podcast, Renato says he wants to fight Justin Gaethje in December or January.
For just a fight, I would rather face Justin Gaethje, because I think Dan Hooker is not gonna get the fight, you know? He has the opportunity now to say, let's fight, but he's saying that I dodged him on Perth. That's not true, because they didn't offer me the fight, you know? So let's make the fight for December. I'm telling you, I'm ready. December, January, doesn't matter. But if Dan Hooker doesn't want that fight, let's go with Justin Gaethje. I saw Chael Sonnen talking about that, and I agreed with him. I think Justin Gaethje will be a good fight, and doesn't matter, brother. I'm coming for the gold, my brother. I will be champion on this division. You guys saw, brother. You guys saw Saturday.
Renato reposted that clip to his ex. He wrote, December or January, I'm ready. This user replied, how do you think you beat Justin? Renato said knockout. Despite not having fought in 2 years, Julianna Pena believes she's in optimal form ahead of her title fight against Raquel Pennington. Julianna last fought in July of 2022 and lost to Amanda Nunes via unanimous decision.
This time has been all about healing, recovery, just making sure that my body is getting back to that optimal form in order to attain my goal. This time off that I've had since my last fight with Amanda was something that I needed. My body was telling me that this was a season of rest for me. And so, you know, you have to listen to your body. There's nothing that I want to do more than to fight. And if I could fight all the time, I would. Unfortunately, this is a combat sport, and it's just a part of the game to have to take time off for injuries. So I listened to my body, and I'm happy that I gave myself the amount of time that I needed to recuperate and get back to optimal form. I've always been a student of the game, and I've seen the growth as far as, you know, always having that white belt mentality and always trying to soak in everything that I can from everyone. So I have a phenomenal team around me, and I'm always trying to learn. I never think that I have all the answers, and I want all the knowledge. So I'm like, whatever you see, you just tell me, and you point, and I'll shoot. So I've definitely been growing during this time off.
Sean Strickland posted some pad work footage to his Instagram.
1. Shallow change uppercut hook. Nice. Good. Yeah. 1, 2. 2. Nice. 1. 2 to body 3, 2. Nice. 1. Yep. 2, 3. 2. Nice.
Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo believe Kayla Harrison's wrestling will be the difference maker in her fight against Ketlen Vieira this weekend.
If I had to pick, I'm going to lean towards Kayla Harrison. She's got the 3 components. She can strike if she has to stay there and strike with you. Her wrestling and grappling are just second to none once she gets you down on the ground.
Vieira's a judo black belt as well. She has better hands than Harrison. So it's going to come down to the wrestling. And I do feel like Kayla Harrison's going to bring wrestling in. That's just what's going to change it. But if Vieira can keep it on her feet, I think Kayla could be in trouble. But because of the wrestling, I got to go with the 2-time Olympic champ.
Wait, you said all that, and then you're gonna flip and say, yeah, we gotta go with the 2.
Plus, I don't want to go against Kayla, dude. It's a dealing with her is a pain, dude.
You scared now?
There's a lot. There's too much ego, dude, between both of us combined.
Alex Pereira plans to break Khalil Rountree this weekend. In a UFC 307 promo video, Alex said, when I came to the UFC, everyone said he's just a kickboxer. This guy won't succeed. But I overcame everything with dedication and heart. It makes me happy to know that I've achieved things that other people have tried and failed. Everyone has the same goal here, trying to win a title and defend it. And if I can do this better than anyone else, that's what I'll do. Khalil is a strong, dangerous guy. Someone who is hungry, who has a dream, but I will use my fight IQ and my experience. I always put pressure on my opponents, and if they're not ready for it, they break. It doesn't matter if it's by decision, knockout, or submission. My goal is to remain champion. Israel Adesanya reveals a timeline for when he will return to the UFC. On Adam Carolla's podcast, Izzy says he believes Sean Strickland will fight Dricus for the belt next.
I'm feeling great, feeling better now.
Do you want a rematch with Duplessis?
Yeah, of course. That'll come later on. But, you know, right now, after I just fought him, I don't think it's going to be immediately. I'd rather just fight not really for the belt, just fight for fighting's sake and just.
What's the path now? So, you know, there's so many, like 185 is arguably like the most stacked category right now, in my opinion. So what do you see, like, who would you like to fight? I mean, there's a lot of fights out there for you.
I mean, even though I don't have the belt, they still got my name in their mouth.
I know.
I'm still Israel Adesanya, but for me, again, I'll let them call me out or whatever. At the moment, I want to fight one more time before the end of this year or early next year, but I don't know yet. I'm just training, building off where we left off, and I'll get the call at some point with a few options. I'm sure Dana will hit me up at some point.
I mean, what, Strickland's out there?
Yeah, but he's gonna fight Duplessis first. I think he's next, so even see how that plays out, see how the Rob comes up fight plays out, and there's some other, you know, young guys on the come up, so yeah, we'll see.
Izzy also gave his prediction for Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree. Despite usually picking against Alex, Izzy thinks Alex will win by KO or TKO. He continued, I'll go Pereira because of momentum right now. Rountree doesn't grapple. He likes to kickbox. He's never gone for a takedown. If you're going to do that with Pereira, I'm the only one who's ever rocked him or like stood with him in the UFC. Everyone else he's washed. Rountree, if he can make it dirty and catch him, he can catch it, but it's so hard to do it to Pereira. Rountree, his reach may not be able to get to him. Pereira likes to use his long reach to frame. This weekend I'm going to go Pereira, and I'm going to go TKO or KO. I don't know what round, but I just feel like it'll be hard for Rountree. Leg kicks, and he might catch him as Rountree comes in, because Rountree is going to be attacking him. Rountree will definitely be the underdog on this one, but I wouldn't count him out, because Chael reckons he's going to win, and Chael reckons he's going to wash Pereira. And I'm like, wait, what does he know that we don't know? Of course this is fighting, and I know he can because he can get in there, put him against the fence, and just beat him up.
I'm gonna go Alex Pereira by second round finish. Look, I just think it's a hard ask for Khalil, but that's up to him. It's his fight to win or lose. But regardless, I just think Portan is just on the tear right now. He's just too good. Bro, I hope he retires undefeated, Like, not undefeated, but you know, the rest of his career. But the rest of his career, like, it'll just be like, I beat the one time.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from the Brown Coyote. It says Renato Moicano definitely should have moved up in the rankings and received a performance of the night bonus. The second one's in reference to Michael Bisping chasing down a thief who tried to steal his wife's bag. It says imagine being chased down by a professional fighting Cyclops. Must have been terrifying. And the final one's from Mike Terry. It's in reference to the PFL promo for Francis Ngannou versus Renan Fajeda. It says that's actually a dope promo. We just got Dana over here. What's up, guys? Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.